Sorry, it's just recording me, not you. Let's bring our awareness to our pelvis, our hips. We're anchoring our pelvis, our sit bones down into the mat while our spine is reaching out and lengthening. We feel that connection. Imagine the front tips of our hips. Let's draw them closer together. Belly button comes in towards the spine, and we feel a connection through the pelvic floor. From the front, the back, the sides. And we'll start to flow through a seated mountain, breathing in and reaching up towards the sun. Breathing out, bringing our hands back towards the earth, lengthening our necks. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring our hands to the earth. This always reminds me of a wine cork. So as the arms come down, the cork goes up, lengthen the neck. Inhale and exhale. One more, we'll go right into our lateral flexion, left hand down, right hand up. Keep this hand close if you're taking care of your back. Breathe in, we'll come up and over to the other side. So if your back's feeling good, you can reach your hand far away. You'll have a deeper bend. But if you're taking care of your back, keep that hand as an anchor close by. Last one, right into our twists. We open up our wings now. Feel the space across our collarbones. Right hand over to your left knee. Opening back up and twisting over to the other side. Let's do a couple more each side. Still feeling that connection to your core. Last one. Hands come back behind us. Let's open up across the collarbones. If it feels nice, a bow towards the earth today. Thankful for the gifts given by the earth to sustain us. Let's lift back up on an inhale and make our way to all fours for our cat and cow. We want to have some space between our fingers. And think of the elbows, I guess for me, the wrinkly part of your elbow pointing back towards your heels, the creases of your elbows somewhat towards the front edge of your mat or towards the center. We'll make our way into cat and cow. So tucking the tail and then inhaling into cow, opening up the belly towards the earth. Exhaling cat, inhaling cow. And because this class has a power title on it, if you want to add on some more activation, we lift the knees up off the mat and move through our cat and cow. That'll warm up your quads a little bit quicker. And we are focusing on the lower body with a nice big stretch for our hamstrings and our hips today, as long as I can fit it all into 30 minutes. One more, child's pose, or push it right up into down dog. Let's pedal our feet, and that's how we do connect, just at first to the hamstrings. We're pressing the earth away with both of our hands. We are opening up our chest towards our shins or our thighs. Moving into plank pose on an inhale. And on an exhale, piking back up into downward dog. Inhale, come down. Exhale, put it back. 2 more of those. Great job. We'll hold in our plank pose, either kneeling or a full plank. If it feels nice, you drop those knees down to the mat, or it will keep your knees up. Let's bring our right, some of you know what we're going to do now, right knee towards right elbow. Then over towards our left wrist. Then draw it up to your right wrist or your left wrist, back to plank. Whew, other side. So we can drop down onto the knees, left knee, left elbow, then across to the wrist. Now use your core to draw it up to the elbow and then back to plank. One more on either side, either full or kneeling plank. Same side, across to the wrist, pull it up, press it back. One more. Child's pose. Take your hands back behind your head, maybe give your forehead or your neck a little massage. Stretch your wrists out. Might want to move them around a bit. Looking up between the hands, we'll be bringing our right foot up between the hands, so your right foot. Now, the left hip flexor is going towards the mat. So if you find that knee is going in front of your toe, just walk your foot up a little bit. Rise up. Hip flexor stretch, bring it forward. If it feels okay, close your eyes and shift back into a hamstring stretch. Toes go up. Yeah, you should feel that. Yeah, so turn the toe up towards the forehead, and we're just sitting as far back as we can towards our heel. Now back again, foot goes down, we reach up, and our hip flexor is reaching towards the earth. One more, shift back. Remember the time I said the S word for that one? That was funny. Hands come in front, bring it right foot back, left foot forward. Walk the foot up so the knee is safe. Hip flexor comes towards the mat. Lift up. Maybe you close your eyes, challenge your core. And shift back into our hamstring stretch. Toe goes up. Come forward again, reach up, breathe in, maybe eyes close. Hamstring stretch. Toes go up. Bring the hands to frame that front foot, sweep it back. Downward dog, or all fours, or child's pose. There's no bigger or better any pose like that, just different versions. Let's move into plank. So our half series now. Exhale, you'll go to Chaturanga, which is halfway down, elbows point back, or you go right to your belly. Up dog or cobra. Yeah, you can stay in that one. So the difference on now is we're either in cobra with hips down, or you're in up dog, kneecaps up, hips up. So there's those two options for that, cobra or hips down. Now we turn the feet, down dog, breathe out. Let's try that one more time. It's a half series, we do it a lot. Inhale forward into plank, full or kneeling, halfway down into Chaturanga or all the way to your belly. Up dog, so tops of the feet go onto the mat. We open up. Down dog, breathe out. Look up between your hands, hop step, or walk your feet up between your hands into a forward fold. We'll let the head be heavy here. We have a little bend in our knees or a big bend. Halfway up, breathe in. Shoulders roll away from our ears. We've got a little bend in our knees, a widening through our sit bones, and a strong core. Fold again. Chair pose. Bend our knees, lift our hearts. Hands can go wherever you want. Heart can reach them long. My personal favorite is to reach them down to create length in the neck. Hands come to our heart. Sorry, I'm just moving up here. Left foot back. Heel is high. Rise up into a high lunge. Close the eyes if it feels good and sink down. Stepping back to your chair without bending your right knee. Well, you could, of course, straighten it if you want. I meant without straightening. Other foot back. Sink. Close our eyes, challenge our core. Step back to chair without straightening your leg. Sweep all the way up. And meet in mountain. All right, time for sun salutations. This is where you usually adjust your clothes. Pull things up, make your adjustments. Tuck your shirt in because we will be doing down dog if you don't like your belly out or anything like that. But you're free to let anything go wherever it wants to go. I do. All right, sun salutations. I'm going to switch the song, see if we get, oh, this is cute. All right, right up towards the top. Let's find some space between our feet. Breathe in, reach up to the earth. I mean the sun. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, so we're coming halfway up, shoulders away from the ears, long neck, fold again. Exhale. Hop, step, or jump back to plank or Chaturanga. So you could go right into Chaturanga or plank. Now hold or flow, halfway or all the way, up dog or cobra. Breathe in, Downward facing dog, breathe out. Let's take another breath in community here in our downward dog. Right foot up between the hands. Rise up to a high lunge, eyes open or closed. And straight back to your plank or your chaturanga, breathe out. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog, breathe out. Take a breath together. Left foot up between the hands. Might have done the same foot, that's okay, rise up. Back to plank or chaturanga. Hold your plank or flow. So the flow is movement, the plank is just holding. It's your choice. Down dog, breathe out. Hop, step, or jump up between the hands. Halfway up, breathe in and fold all the way up. Meet in chair pose, as deep of a bend as you'd like to have in your knees. Rise back up and meet in mountain. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep to sun. Exhale, dive to the earth. Forward fold. Halfway back up, breathe in. And now hop, step, or jump back to your plank or chaturanga. Hold or flow. So you can stay in that plank or move through your chaturanga, your up dog, and meet me back in down dog. Breathe out. Right foot up between the hands, one big beautiful lunge on an inhale. Back to plank or chaturanga, breathe out. Hold or flow, so plank or your up dog. Downward dog, take a breath. Left foot up between the hands. Find your lunge, engage your core. Right back to plank or chaturanga, breathe out. Stay there or flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a breath. Hop, step, or jump up between the hands. Halfway up. Fold, breathe out. All the way up, breathe in. Meet in chair, exhale. Back up. And meet in mountain. All right. Sun salutations are done. So now we'll move on to the strength portion of our class. For our legs today, we'll get our Shiva squats to warrior 3 out of the way first thing. Right foot up to the mat, top of the mat. Left foot goes back. We're going right into warrior 3. So our left kneecap facing the earth. Same with this hip. The hips are squared towards the earth. We can have our hands at our heart or reaching long. Now you want to think about where your left shin is and touch it to the back of your right calf as you bend your right knee into our Shiva squat. Or plie squat. Back up to our warrior 3. And Shiva squat. We've got about 10 of these. Flowing. Chest is up and then chest faces the floor. 6. Oh, 5. Oh man, it's starting to warm up the glutes. Let's go for 3 more. Take a rest. Step that left foot way back. Heel goes down. Pyramid pose for our hamstrings. Toes face the front of the mat and there's space between them like they're on train tracks. Find our hips, shift. We have a little bend in our front knee and we're in our pyramid pose. Maybe you bring your hands towards the floor, nose towards your shin, or hands clasped back behind you into chest expansion in our pyramid pose. Whew. At last, forward fold, breathe out. Step the right foot back and rise up into your warrior 3 on this side. So you want to check in with our right kneecap facing the mat, our chest facing towards the earth if it feels good. And think of that core engagement. We bring that awareness of our body to our right shin and your left calf, and we touch them together as we bend the left knee. You can bring your toe down or up and start to flow. 10. Let's do 6 more. Or rest. 4. Get deep into it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, step that right foot back, right into our pyramids. We'll stretch out our glute now. Hips go forward, put a soft bend in our knee. And then you choose if you want to come all the way down or keep your chest up. Nose towards shin. Maybe walk the hands back or clasp them together. Breathe. So we should feel this down the back of your left leg. Yes. So work towards straightening this leg out a little bit. Yeah, even more. There we go. Downward dog. Wonderful. Let's bring our right knee to the back of our right wrist. Okay, so we'll move into pigeon pose with a little quad stretch. Depending on how your knee feels, you can have this heel of your foot further away. To protect your knee though, you keep it close to your groin. Your left kneecap's on the mat and you can walk your left foot back if you want. Okay, so 2 choices. If you'd like to rest a little more for your practice, then you come down into pigeon here. If you want to move towards king pigeon, we start up, bend and straighten that back leg. So we engage the hamstring now instead of stretching. And if it feels okay, bring the right hand into the middle and start to reach your left hand back for your left foot. Just check in. Say, hey, where are you? You might reach it, you might not. It's no big deal. If you want to, you'll hold the foot. And bring your hand to the inside of your foot to open up your shoulder. Or stay where you are. And then engage the core, reach the right arm up. King pigeon, well, full king pigeon, we're actually reaching both of our hands back there for that foot. I don't know if my back will ever bend like that. It's so good. So what we're doing here, we're stretching our quad and our glute at the same time. Great job, Debbie. Awesome. Okay, let's do the other side. Take it back. Left knee, back of the left wrist. Our right kneecap on the mat. You can walk it back to increase the stretch. So now that you know what's coming, if you want to rest and enjoy the stretch, you can. Or start to bend and straighten. Just warm up the hamstring. If it feels good, you start to reach back with the same side hand. So maybe next week, if I remember, we'll reach back with the other hand. If it feels good, reach for the outside of the foot and then flip your grip to the inside of your foot, thumb pointing up towards your big toe. And reach up. So you have to really think. The core has to do a lot of work to lift. Here, maybe you can play around with touching between your shoulder blades, right? Working towards that one. One side is going to feel more successful than the other. Absolutely. Foot goes down, hip goes down, feet come around to the front. Let's take a big breath in and dive into our forward fold for our hamstrings. So we're drawing our chest forward and then down. And it's let go of the need to get down close to the floor. We want to maintain a long spine, throughout. All right, let's walk those hands up. Bend our knees. Make sure you have some space back there behind you so that you can roll back onto your back, knees to chest, head down, and rock it out side to side. Wonderful. We'll do a little bit of bridge work for our glutes. So soles of the feet are coming down onto the mat. We'll walk them in pretty close to the backside. They're about a foot or two away. And when we do lift our hips up, we want to make sure our heels are underneath our knees. So we have a few flowing bridges. Inhale up, exhale down. Actually, let's inhale down. It's better for our pelvic floor. Exhale up. Keep flowing through that. I'm going to pass out some Pilates balls for between your knees. Once you get your ball, you can put that between your knees and continue to flow on the exhale up, engaging pelvic floor. Inhale down. Gently, there we go. There we go. And now, once you have that ball, we'll hold it up now and do a little bit of pulsing. Exhales, you pulse and squeeze the ball. Inhales, you just relax a little bit. Exhale, pulse. Inhale, relax. So if you don't have a ball, if you're at home, just opening and closing, squeezing and releasing. Exhale on the work. Inhale on the relax area. Let's hold it now. Hold the ball. Press into both of our feet. Widen across our chest. And slowly lower. You can take your ball now between your ankles. So imagine it's up between your ankles. All right, we'll pass it to our hands. Extend our hands long, our feet long as we open up. Bring it back up, pass it back to our feet and open. Flow through that a few times. Great job. Last one. We'll take the ball out, put our feet down on the mat. So if you want to, back to that bridge, but put the block or the ball underneath your low back. So you find yourself in bridge, you press into the feet, you lift up, get that ball or block underneath there. If it doesn't feel good, take it out. Making sure our lower back is strongly supported. So it's kind of on the back of your tailbone, your sacrum. And if it feels steady enough, engage the core, lift the feet up. We're pointing our toes towards our forehead. And feel your core again. Just imagine the front tips of your hips coming closer together. So as an option today for Shavasana, you can stay here. It's like getting a little quick nap when you get your feet up above your heart. Or you can go to your regular Shavasana. So you come back down, take the block out, rest the body, extend the legs long, let the pinky toes fall towards the earth. Oh. Settle in. Time for about 3 minutes of relaxation. For some of us, relaxation is the hardest pose of all, but it is a pose. It is a part of your practice. Letting the weight of our body melt down into the support of your mat. Softening our jaw. Finding space between our teeth. Letting our eyes rest, noticing the weight of our eyelids. Widening the space between our eyebrows. Feeling the entire back of our body being supported by the earth. Letting the front of our body melt down into the support of the back of our body. As we breathe in, filling up. As we breathe out, letting go of thoughts or actions that don't serve us any longer in a good way. We'll do that one more time for our little ding. See how long we can hang on to the sound. When you no longer hear it, you start to awaken the body, the fingers, the toes. Moving our head side to side. When you're ready, moving onto one side and then up into an easy seated position. Right back where we started. I believe we started seated. Let's breathe in and reach up towards the sun, the moon, the stars. Exhale, draw that energy and light down towards our hearts. And again, inhale, filling up with whatever you might need today. May it be strength, patience, kindness, hands to heart. One more breath. If it feels okay, we'll bow towards Mother Earth today, thankful for the gifts given that sustain us each and every day of our life. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I'll see some of you on Wednesday, maybe even Friday. If you come on Friday, bring weights. If you don't bring weights, I do have some extras. Yes.
Thank you.
Please, so nice to see you.
You too.
I hope you enjoyed your class. I'll see you next time.
I did.